Oh.
What
Oh, that is some texturized vocals. Yeah, he's an absolute
Nice.
winner.
Selected him. So it's a bit like The Voice, but you can see him.
Yes,
'Cause you know how and The Voice, how they like in like X Factor and all that shit, you only press the thing if it's no.
Yeah.
You know.
His vocal texture is actually quite interesting though, because I'm gonna guess he's about 15, 16 years old here, which lets you know that he's still going through that end of that rough phase, vocally speaking, for guys, for kids. To find that texturized sound is actually quite risky. It's one of the things that later on in their careers could potentially be their downfall, technically speaking, because maintaining that raspiness, that growl-like essence to their vocals could actually create damage if it's not aided, if it's not, I don't know, if it's not guided in the right way.
That's a good example of
Yeah.
the notices of but I guess youth, leaving youth behind and finding maturity. It's that
It's
kind
the
of
price that you
awkward
gotta pay.
stage.
Yeah.
However, there are huge signs of maturity in the kid.
And right from the beginning, like even the tonality, like the color of the voice itself already possesses a lot of grounding. So he's already found something that works for him in this really awkward stage of his singing development.
Yep.
But at the same time, this needs to be fixed or enhanced quickly before it becomes
Detrimental.
it becomes
I think he's a grown ass
weapon.
kid now. I think this was when he was young.
It's absolutely stunning though. So good.
Toma.
Okay.
Yeah, he will find his resonance. He will find his sound. Oh, that's sick. Hold on, is that Alka Yagnik?
I don't know.
It can't be, right?
I don't know. Her name might be Alka. though.
Alka, right? Because it's Himesh and then I don't know what the other geezer is. Oh, he stood up and shit.
This guy is the best.
Also,
I love this guy.
yeah, what a great character.
It's
I like
such a great sport.
great sport. Also, cast that kid to be the soundtrack of a movie.
He got-
right now.
he-
I don't know. Again, I have no idea when this was. It seems to be recent, or at least it was sent to us recently. But I have no idea. From what I saw as well when I searched up his name, it's like there was a lot of compilations of him being really young and now, which seems to be quite common, or perhaps more common than in other parts of the world. In India, like it seems the music industry does reward that kind of early start. If you're a really young lad, you know, you have the likes of Arman Malik, Sunidhi Chauhan, Shreya Ghoshal, Arijit, every fucking one that you can think of, you know, Sonu Nigam, they're all like, they all started really fucking young,
Yeah.
you know?
It's definitely an advantage. He definitely plays to their advantage. But this
They
guy,
start young in the industry.
yeah, but his vocals, like I said, it's not something that is new to him. This is not a fluke of a good day of singing when you're 15 or 16 years old, because that's another thing. The voice is very temperamental during puberty. It's more tangible in guys than it is in girls, but at the same time, you have really good days and then you have terrible days, and it doesn't have anything to do with the gender. It has to do with the change in the body itself. So when you
Yeah,
have
to do
a
with biology.
Yeah.
Genuinely, right?
It does.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just biology. Like,
Hormones are such a hack.
it's undeniable.
When you
like,
get them right, you have the best days ever. Vocally
it's-
speaking, it's absolutely phenomenal.
it's undeniable that
It is.
the paths are completely different
Yes.
from a young lad to a young lass. Like,
And at the same time, it's one of the toughest transition points for female singers too.
That's true.
It's one of the toughest moments, vocally speaking. But for guys, it's so tangible. For guys, it's so there's an obvious stepping point.
Well,
There's an obvious transition.
I would argue that for lads, that is arguably the toughest out of the two. However, it's not because it's because they're the guys and then they crack, their voice cracks because that happens to everyone. But also I think it's because the transition because the hormonal changes as well, like for women and for guys, you usually lose the girls there. Mm-hmm. You lose them. Like, it's a weird mix between like lack of confidence, not having a sound. And then with the lads, it's a good combination of that. And then for them, it's like, even when I fucking talk, man,
Yes.
I can't get a break.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
even when I talk, every time you know what I mean? And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I guess girls have the advantage of that. Doesn't happen when they speak as much, but you're also weirdly in limbo as well. Mm-hmm. So it's
actually, but you see,
usually that's why girls keep singing a lot of the time. And if you've worked with kids, girls do seem to get past this a bit easier, and you lose all the lads.
It's
in singing
definitely-
class, it would just be girls but when you're like at the point of 14, 15, all the kids are like, fuck this.
That's
know what
why
I mean?
that's why you need the right environment, like a judgment-free environment for guys to keep experimenting as they go through that process.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually find that once, me personally, just seeing how other teachers like approach this type of moments, it's that when they get a hold of an understanding that the voice is actually under their control, a lot of their speech also improves because they get to understand the tiny muscles within themselves. Obviously, in the Indian music industry, you got a completely different approach to how to modulate the muscles within the larynx. So I also think that kids, young boys that have started learning to sing classical Indian music, give it Carnatic or Hindustani, they have a really amazing grasp of what they can do within the larynx, within the setting in the muscles in the larynx. So when they hit puberty, like I've been sent a lot of videos of young boys around the ages of between 10 to 17 that have a really good concrete sound to them, and it's like, whoa, that's really interesting. And I think it comes from that discipline of being taught from a really young age.
But he also wants him in his team, right?
I love that he put his glasses on.
Javed. And that's Salman Ali, right?
I think so.
I love their mannerism.